says he gave his daughter money to sublet an apartment from the defendant, and the very first night she was there, she got bitten by bed bugs. That's right, she ended up with 10 bites on her body. The defendant claims she told them there were bed bugs, but they and everyone else know that's nothing more than an out-and-out lie. They're suing for $900, the amount of rent owed, and moving expenses. This is the defendant, Jasmine Gilden. She says she doesn't believe there were bed bugs in the apartment at the time she stayed there, because she just had an exterminator fumigate the place top to bottom. Another friend of hers moved in right after the plaintiff left and had no issues whatsoever regarding bed bugs or any other type of bug. So the plaintiff is just plain lying. She's accused of creeping out a subletter.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
You see it? Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas. Dean Viliano?
Yes.
And Darcy Viliano? That's the daughter? Stand up. Come on. Don't you leave your dad hanging here. You are suing Jasmine Gilden for $900 in rent and moving costs because when you moved in, you were assaulted by bed bugs. Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
My daughter was interested in moving into a subletting, Jasmine subletting her apartment in Brooklyn.
And then, were you two friends? Did you two know each other?
Yeah.
How did you know each other?
We went to high school together.
Okay, so you've known each other for how many years?
Like 4 years.
Now, at the time, you were where?
I was traveling. I was in South America.
In South America traveling, so you weren't going to come. So it was actually your place she was going to sublet.
That's right.
Your spot.
Right.
What is this place? A one-bedroom? Is it shared with other people, or what is it?
It's a 4-bedroom apartment.
It's a 4-bedroom apartment, so it was your actual bedroom that she was going to sublet from you?
That's right.
And you were in touch with her how? Through emails?
Yes.
All right. And what happened?
I moved in on June 1st, and the first night I was bitten by bed bugs. And
tell me about it. How did you realize it?
Well, I have pictures of them.
Oh, that's so gross. I'm about to look at them. And nothing you could show me could be as gross as actually looking up bed bugs on the internet and seeing swarms of bed bugs. However, I'm happy to see these, and I want you to tell me about it. What was your experience? Tell me.
She had bed bugs before.
Dad, no offense, but I really want to hear from her on bed bugs. Unless she gave you the bed bugs, and you can tell me your experience, I want to hear from her right now, and then I'll get back to you. Go ahead.
Well, we had bed bugs.
We had bed bugs. Oh gosh, we had bed bugs
before in an apartment, and we got rid of them.
We being who?
Me and my dad.
Oh goodness.
And so I knew what they looked like.
Right.
I've been familiar with them before, and I knew a lot about how to get rid of them and how to deal with them.
And how do you get rid of them, and how do you deal with them?
Well, the first time we got rid of them by wrapping our mattresses in plastic, and then they kind of went away, and we got rid of our carpets.
Right.
But the Jasmine's room was carpeted, so I couldn't do anything about that. I stayed there 3 nights. The first night I didn't do anything because I didn't know there were bed bugs.
Wait, before you move on, tell me what else you do to get rid of bed bugs.
They hide in
Dad, why don't you tell me? I'm sure you took care of that.
You have to hire an exterminator, and they have to come back 2 or 3 times, and you have to get rid of the rugs. You have to get the clothes, put them in a dryer or wash them. The heat kills the bed bugs, so all the clothes have to be washed and dried. And you just gotta clean the place out, and they're persistent. They're very persistent. So the time we'd had it before, it took about a month. There were about 3 trips from the exterminator to clean these out.
And then in the meantime, you're sleeping and getting bit?
Well, you try to wrap up the mattress
with
in
what,
plastic, like hefty garbage bags, and
does that eliminate it or just slow it down?
It slows it down. You have to really throw the mattress out and get new mattresses.
Right.
I mean, you see them in the streets, people throwing mattresses out. You know, don't go near them because they're...
And here I thought that it was just that they got it, they wanted firm and not... Okay.
No.
Lord above.
And they're
so, all right. So now, when you move in there, and you get bit that first night, Like, how does it work? I mean, you get bitten, woken up, or as soon as you...
I wasn't woken up. The next morning, I saw a few bites, and I felt like they were bed bug bites because I remembered how bed bug bites were. And so I went to my internship, and then the next night I came back with like hefty bags and spray and everything.
Determined to tackle the problem.
Yeah, determined to.
This was a good apartment, right?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was, well, you wanted it, right?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't want to have to move back
home.
home.
It was perfectly
home
adequate.
Is where?
Washington Heights.
With me.
Okay, no. Yeah. With that.
Yeah.
Washington Heights, and you were living where? In Brooklyn?
Mm-hmm.
And your internship was where?
Midtown Manhattan.
Okay. All right. So, so you try to tackle the problem, but that doesn't go so well.
No, I wrapped the mattress in the box spring. She had like, she had wrapped the mattress in like a thin kind of protecting thing that was like ripped in a lot of places. So I rewrapped that, and I vacuumed.
Wait, what do you mean she had wrapped the did you know about this before you moved in?
No.
Okay, so did
she
you
just
notice
had
it when you took the sheet? I mean, didn't you put your own sheets on her mattress?
I didn't the first night because I forgot my bedding.
Okay, so you slept on her sheets, but then the next day when you pull off the sheets, you see a plastic protective...
Yeah. I mean, I didn't
feel it when you lie down?
I mean, I didn't think of anything of it.
Okay.
Like, at this, like, point in time, bed bugs are so common that I can understand it being a preventative measure and, like, a really important preventative measure.
Spoken like a true New Yorker. Okay. So, anyway, go on. So, by day 3, you can't stand it.
Yeah, the first day I didn't know, so I didn't do anything. But the second 2 days, all night, the only thing I did was try to, like, clean up anything where the bed bugs
My face
was
is on
coming
here
from,
the
so
whole
I could
time.
at least, like, be away from them and stay in the room. And I did all of my laundry. I heated everything. And by the third day, I couldn't sleep all night. So I went down to, like, the basement and just, like, sat. And I realized, and, like, I couldn't live there, like,
Right.
physically.
Right.
At my internship, I couldn't focus. I couldn't, like, just live with the bites physically.
Why?
Because they were so, like, yeah, they're terrible. Like, you can't live with them.
And the itch, right?
Yeah, terribly.
Yeah. All right. So, let me ask you a question. Dad, you're involved because you're the money man?
Yep.
Because you paid the $7. And this was that last summer?
It was, I gave it to her dad in May.
Okay.
In May, and then I went to get her. I had to rent a car, picked her up at the apartment. We packed the car, and then when we took it back to my apartment, we didn't want to bring the bed bugs into
Yeah.
our apartment.
So what do you do to not bring the bed bugs
She
back?
stayed up all night doing the laundry. Some of the stuff we had to take to the dry cleanings, and actually the dry cleaners wrapped stuff with the bed bugs in plastic to keep it segregated from other people's
Yeah,
dry
really.
cleaning.
I want my dry cleaners to say, no, go to the I don't even want them in my dry cleaners. Wow.
And that was about $200. The cleaning, the rental.
Do you have the bills for that?
No.
Oh, well then it's not $200. All right, what's going on?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm incredibly uncomfortable with Mr. Vigiliano's presence here. I had no relationship whatsoever, never made any agreement with him over the room whatsoever. He's a lawyer, a partner in a law firm in his 60s that I don't know personally. I have nothing to do with the funds that he provides Darcy. As far as I can see, this is just his sort of underhanded way of giving Darcy legal counsel, which I, a 19-year-old girl being sued by a partner in a law firm in his 60s, have no way of providing for myself right now.
I don't know, sounds like you did a pretty good job right there. I don't feel that sorry for you. Go ahead.
I frankly feel bullied.
Okay, get over your shock and appalling and just give me the facts. What happened? Because I can tell the difference. See, I'm going to base my verdict on the facts that are here as opposed to whether he comes in a suit. I had no idea he was a lawyer until you told me he was a lawyer. I thought he was a father. And as far as I'm concerned, he's just a father too. And the money man. That's why I asked him, why are you here? He's the money man. I got the whole story from her. I shut him up while I was trying to get the story from her. So relax. That bully part, you're not a victim. Just talk to me. Tell me what happened.
Absolutely, but at the same time...
No, there's no at the same time. There's a new paragraph now. What happened? Tell me what happened between you guys. What happened with that apartment?
Okay, well, Darcy has visited the apartment multiple times. She knew exactly what she was getting herself into. Not only that, but I told her...
But I might visit your apartment and not know there's bed bugs, so tell me what you told her.
But I told her. She knew months in advance that we had dealt with bed bugs in the apartment. She knew I had emails where I told her that the exterminator was coming. She knew.
Can I see those?
I don't have them with me, but I do
Well, then
have
it's a lot like his $200 expenses that he didn't
Yeah, I know. I do have a letter, though, from